बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। वेलकम एट समीज न्यूज़। मोहम्मद जुनेद, प्रोग्राम आपकी आवाज़। Viewers, today we are going to discuss about the movie Joyland, which has been recently released in Pakistan. Let's talk about the movie. Viewers, Joyland is a Punjabi film made by a Pakistani director, Samis. He has also written its story and has been involved in its edition. Most of the artists are Pakistani. The lead role is played by Ali Junejo. The second lead role is played by a transgender named Alina Khan, while well-known TV actresses Sania Saeed and Sarwat Gailani also play important roles. Rasti Farooq also plays very important role in the movie. It has a pretty long list of producers. There are almost 9 or 10 people who are the producers of the movie. Sarmad Khost, Apurva Korcharan, an Indian-American producer based in Los Angeles, Sana Jaffrey, Oliver George, Lauren Munn, Catherine Bunst, Raman Behrani. Usually the producers of a movie are not so many people. Sarmad Khost is a Pakistani actor and director. Manto was made by him. Some of the other producers are well known internationally. Surprisingly, all these famous people have come together for this small Pakistani Punjabi film, the language of which they can't even understand. It seems that all of them contributed to the film as an act of goodness. According to reports, Malala Yousafzai also played very important role in the movie. She is the executive producer of the film Joyland. This film was to be released in cinemas in Pakistan in the second decade of November. A wave of protests against the film arose on social media when it was criticized. The Central Censor Board gave a negative opinion and the government of Pakistan imposed a ban. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif had formed a high-level committee to review it. When the government had imposed a ban, then why there was a need to review it? It seemed that film was being allowed to be screened as a result of pressure from various NGOs and a campaign by liberal elements. Viewers, the film depicts a traditional family headed by Rana Amanullah, a disabled but staunch reactionary father. Usman Pirzada's brother Salman Pirzada played this role. He wishes that his son would give him the gift of a grandchild very soon. Rana Aman's younger son, Haider, who is actor Junejo, falls in love with a transgender yaunch dancer despite being married. Thus the film revolves around the problem of this transgender Alina Khan, her love life and her physical romance with the hero. The story also showed the roles of other yaunts, their fights, spectacles. It won the Queer Palm Award at the cinemas at the Cannes Film Festival. The award is given to films on homosexual, bisexual, transgender themes. Being given this award itself is a proof that it's a LGBT movie. I think the film should not have been screened in Pakistani cinemas due to its subject matter and treatment. This film is not suitable for use in cinemas. Homosexuality is considered highly immoral and legally a crime in Western civilization, and now in Indian civilization, homosexuality, voluntary relationships, extramarital relations, living together without marriage, without any legal bond, after the legislation, all this was made natural and normal. In India, until a few years ago, homosexuality was punished. Now the law has been changed. There is no restriction. Our religion in Pakistan is very clear and unambiguous from this concept. All of them are classified as unnatural and unconditional. There is strong resistance to this in our society. Pakistan is a country with large population. In such a big country, transgenders, yaunts will be barely a few thousands. It is not even 1% of the whole population. Therefore, transgender rights and issues are just a way of justify the agenda of NGOs and foreign funding. People have major problems, but since foreign funding is not available for them, the brilliant minds are in entertainment industry don't bother to come here. Like how great a tragedy it is that millions, if not millions of children have become mentally weak and retarded due to inadequate nutrition. One will never see a drama or a movie on such a big issue, even though millions of people will benefit from rising awareness. We have developed genuine sympathy for transgender women. Surprisingly, well-known social organizations like Al-Khidmat, Akhuwat, Ghazali Trust School, which are led by religious peoples who started many projects for transgenders. Legislation has been made for them. Unfortunately, the Western style transgender movement is creating difficulties for real transgender people with their ultra-liberal agenda. A film like Joyland is representative of the mindset of so-called the transgenders who are overwhelmed by their sexual desires and want to spoil everything. Film Joyland, such films are actually made to break the barriers in the society. Cinematic exposure is an attempt to normalize this subject. Filmgoers very well know that a film Fire was made in India years ago in this style, starring Shabana Azmi, then famous producer Karan Johar, who is actually himself is a gay, made several films of these on these themes, as well as TV dramas, Indian society. The barriers kept breaking down. Even today, it has become normal, common and legally permissible. Anyone who wants to maintain the existing barriers in Pakistan, he wants to put a stop to the growing trend of transgender people. He should raise his voice against the Joyland exhibition. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif should maintain the ban after assessing public sentiments and public response. The liberal camp in PMLN has become more powerful in the last few years, but PMLN has to get votes from the people, not from the liberals. Don't bury your politics with your hands. Tehreek-e-Insaf should also raise its voice on this by representing public sentiments. There is no room for LGBTQ films like Joyland in the Medina state that Imran Khan talks about. Senator Mushtaq Khan of Jamaat Islami has raised his voice strongly before. He will have to mobilize again. By the way, this is not a single party's problem. It's a common problem of the people. So let's stand up for it. Thank you very much. See you soon in next program.